Okay, this video is on sentence parts. We'll start with the verbs because all sentences must have a verb, and verbs include action verbs like run, play, exercise, and work, and linking verbs like is, smells, seems, and appears. Okay, we're all familiar, I think, with action verbs, so I'll talk a little bit about linking verbs. The be verbs are linking verbs, and they connect an adjective to a noun or a pronoun. Okay, so he is tired. Hired is the adjective and it connects to he. Here they are connecting the he to the professor. Could be a person's name, such as John is the professor. And both times we're connecting or linking. Some verbs like appear, feel, grow, look, and taste can be used as linking verbs. He grew tall, where grew is linking he to tall, the adjective. But we can also have it as an action verb where he grows corn, which tells you the action he is involved in. Now let's talk about subjects and verbs. Again, we're looking at a basic sentence and we'll expand from that. The subject can be a noun, such as student works hard. It can be a noun phrase, a hard-working student, where the student is modified by hard-working. It can be a gerund, such as studying. Studying is a gerund. It's acting like a noun here, and it is the subject of the sentence. We can have a noun clause, what he wants to know, and that becomes the subject of the sentence, and then is the verb. We can also have a pronoun can be the subject, such as she told him it was at 8 o'clock. So a quick review, a noun. A subject can be a noun phrase, a gerund, a noun clause, or a pronoun. Now, a lot of sentences use the subject-verb-object form, and objects can be nouns. She studies physics. Noun phrases like difficult classes, where difficult modifies classes. Could be a pronoun. She enjoys it. Can even be a gerund. She enjoys studying. Or it could even be a noun clause, so it's much like two subjects in that case. She studies what she thinks is important. So a quick review is that objects, like subjects, can be nouns, noun phrases, pronouns, gerunds, and noun clauses. Now, another element of a sentence can be prepositions. Prepositions are used to show a relationship between words in a sentence. So she fell in the hole. Where did she fall? In the hole. The student in the front row works at the gym. Which student? The one in the front row. She dances like her roommate. How does she dance? Like her roommate. During the show, people got up and danced during the show. Tells us when. A couple of grammar notes here. Objects of prepositions cannot be subjects. So in the center of the crowd stood my son. My son is the subject of that sentence. The subject can often come before a prepositional phrase. So we have the boy, which boy, in the center of the crowd. And the verb is. So the prepositional phrases in the center of the crowd, in the center and of the crowd come between the subject, boy, and the verb is. Okay. And prepositional phrases can be found in many places in sentences. They can be found at the beginning. In my first class, I lost my pen. At the end, I lost my notebook in the cafeteria. Or within. Tom, with Miguel from Chile, plays in a band. Okay, prepositional phrases of location are not subjects. This is one of the few times in English that the subject doesn't come before the verb, and it's only with prepositional phrases of location that we use prepositions in this way. On the wall is a picture of my brother. In the hallway stands a suit of armor. Adjectives are also used. They describe nouns or pronouns. So we have teachers are overworked and underpaid. Adjectives can tell us which, so the tall man, and which room, the empty room, so it gives us information about them. This is said, we say that they modify them. In other words, they limit the number of people we refer to. Okay. A phrase is a group of words that does not include a subject and a verb. He put the guitar where? Under the bed. So this is a prepositional phrase. We have a noun phrase, such as the tall stranger ordered a glass of milk, or she gave him a very carefully worded answer. We have a gerund phrase, running in place is better than not running at all. And notice when you have a gerund, often we have information about the gerund after the gerund. We could have a verb phrase, she works hard for the money that they pay her, where hard tells us how she works. Now, clause is different from a phrase because a clause has a subject, a verb, and additional information about the subject. We have two types of clauses. We have the independent clause, which we say can stand alone, and a dependent clause, which needs help. We talk about two kinds of dependent clauses, a subordinate clause and a relative clause. Sometimes a subordinate clause is called a dependent clause. So in this here we see the subordinate clauses. Before she arrived, he cleaned his apartment. And he cleaned his apartment before she arrived. If we just have before she arrived, we have an incomplete idea. So we say it is subordinate to he cleaned his apartment or to the independent clause. Relative clauses are usually used to modify, tell us something more about something. Could be the student, and which student who sits next to me is in a band. Or it could be an object, a car, which is older than my car, is in front of us. Okay, dependent clauses are not complete sentences and are called fragments when they're punctuated as complete sentences. Okay, I want to thank you for listening.